Christina, go ahead.
Donnie, just a mix of emotions from the highs of Brinson's homer, I guess, to giving up the 2-out hit in the 10th. We just discussed, the way the trajectory of the game went.
Yeah, obviously Lou's homer was huge because it, really kind of, you don't want Sandy to, the game that he was able to throw, you don't want that to be hanging on him in a game that you don't score. Obviously Lou's homer, though, got us back in it. And then the guys did a nice job of giving us some chances to score, and we just weren't able to do it.
Jordan?
Yeah, hey there, Donnie. With Sandy in that fourth inning after he gives up the leadoff home run, for him to be able to limit it to just that one run after getting runners on second and third with one out, can you walk me through your reaction to that and just seeing him being able to battle like that?
Yeah, he had to battle today too. That was not one of those that was easy for Sandy. Seemed like he was leaking balls early in the game. He didn't seem to be able to stick the four-seamer, and like Mel says, he wasn't getting his hand on top of it. But after that, he kind of settled in and was able to get his arm up. You seen the action on his ball was different. And then to get out there for the seventh, basically, and still his stuff was really good. So, again, Sandy on a day that he has to battle, he gives up one. And then we kind of pick him apart a little bit because he wasn't as good as you think he can be. So obviously Sandy, threw the ball really well to be able to, or he had to really fight to get where he got today.
And on that note, I think this is the third consecutive start with Sandy that we've said he either had the battle or wasn't his best and was still doing this. What do you think it's going to take those one or two little things to get him back to the Sandy that we've seen over the last couple of years?
Well, I mean, obviously, I think we're still getting great Sandy. And I think what you're seeing is that when he's facing teams, they know who they got, they knew who they're matched up against. So you're going to have teams fighting to try to get to this guy. And so, they know he's one of the top guys as far as who they have to deal with. So you're getting everybody's best effort, and they're going to try to fight with Sandy. It's not like it's a guy they don't know anymore. It's getting to be a guy that I think they know is deep in the game. He's got power stuff and different combinations, the change up, the slider, 4 and the 2. So, you're getting I think he's getting a lot of battles because they know who they're dealing with.
Let's go back to Christina.
When Milwaukee scores one run, but not, more, how does that affect, I guess, the strategy you approach with the bottom of the 10th?
Yeah, that's the one that you kind of kick yourself with. For me, it's like you look back and say, well, I should have did it the other way. I really feel like that Easton at that point is going to put this guy in play, and a good chance it's going to be on the right side. And that's kind of where you kick yourself, where you play for one and play for the tie, or you feel like you can do it the other way and take 3 shots and go for the win. And again, it's one of those you make your choice, and then afterwards, if it doesn't work, it's one of those you don't like the result and you think differently.
Real quick with that strategy, does it come into mind like we're playing so many games in a row without a day off? You don't want to overtax the bullpen more than it maybe has been just because there's 3 starters in the rotation?
No. Part of it is you want to make sure Aggie gets pitched to. You feel like if you get him over there and you use Aggie right there, he's not going to swing the bat. So part of it is like, what position, taking your chances, then you're going to ask, Bert to drive in that run and put the ball in play. So we know the guy's like kind of a high 4-seam, kind of a pop up with the up and down. So it's like, part of my thinking is make sure Aggie gets a chance to swing the bat. And again, it's one of those that no matter if it doesn't work, I'm going to be like thinking I should have went the other way.
Ethan?
Thanks, Jason. Donnie, you talked about the way Sandy's battled, and he said before the season he wants to go 200 innings. So that battling, that going over 100 pitches to get to 7 innings, does that say to you, like, this guy can absolutely do it?
Well, can he do it? Absolutely. It's not something that we're trying to get him to at all. And I think today's the second time he's been over 100, and it's barely over 100. So we're not trying to push him and get his innings up for sure. I think it's the kind of game, it's like he felt like he deserved to be able to go back out there and get a chance to either get a win or, give us a chance to score again, because his stuff was still good. So it was one of those, you felt like he deserved that, what he was able to do to that point, he deserved to be able to hang in there for another inning.
Jordan?
Yeah, Donnie, two more. 4-game win streak to start the homestand, 2-game losing streak to end. Just how would you evaluate the 6 games overall? And then how do you avoid letting the 2 losses linger as you get into another long road trip?
I mean, I think good overall. Obviously, I think we kind of got some momentum back, and obviously you don't want to lose the last couple of the homestand, but I think you have to look at it in general. We kind of got off that other trip, got our momentum back a little bit. I think guys are feeling pretty good about it. And obviously we're on another 3-city trip, so we're going to have to, get our wins. I think we're getting healthier. By the end of the trip, we probably got guys coming back. So we're getting closer to where, getting back to full strength. Not really worried about our guys. We're not a club that's just going to like fold up and we lose a couple. So now we think we're going to lose. We know we can't afford that.
And I apologize if I'm sounding like a broken record here, but starting pitcher tomorrow with the TBA right now, do you have a plan in place? Is it another bullpen day, or how's that going to shake out?
It is a bullpen day. And we just got to figure out who we want to start in this thing. Because Arizona obviously was the same team last time. And they give you some complications with, trying to who's the right guy early and the reasons why, because they got so many combinations of players that it's tough to feel like you're going to get any kind of matchups.
And Daniel to close us out.
Hey, Donnie, I wanted to ask you, you guys had to play against Josh Hader in back-to-back games and late inning situations. Maybe what makes it so difficult to prepare for someone like that who just throws hard stuff and just strikes everyone out?
No, he's tough. His stuff is good, and he's evolving too, because he was a guy before that you knew you're pretty much getting a fastball. And now he has changed. I mean, he's not quite the same velo, but there's a whole different mix, and he's got a lot of arms and legs coming at you. He's a guy that gets down the mound, so he's got extension. So the ball even plays higher than that. But now his mix is using the whole mix. So it's like, it's not quite a one-trick pony when he was doing pretty good with that. So now he's added, weapons to the repertoire.
Okay, thank you, Donnie. Sandy is here. We'll start with Jordan. Go ahead.
Hey there, Sandy. You were able to get through 7 today. How did you feel out there on the mound?
First of all, I want to say thank you, God, for giving me the opportunity to be outside, do my job. I feel really good. I don't have my really best stuff today, but I was competing. I was keep throwing the ball. I keep attacking the hitter.
And to follow up that you mentioned not having your best stuff today, I feel like it's been the last couple starts. You may not have had your best stuff, but you're still limiting the damage a lot. What do you attribute that to? And what do you think it's going to take to get back to that full form that we know that you can get to?
I just got to go deep in the game, just thinking pitch by pitch, try to make really good pitch to get out of the game. Like you say, sometimes you got to get in trouble, but you don't have to worry about it. You got pitch to throw it, and I believe in my catcher, and I believe in myself, and I believe in my staff, and you guys know, when I got my best staff, they are in trouble.
Christina?
Sandy, is that where you think maybe the biggest development or growth you've made as a pitcher over the last few years is being able to pitch without your best stuff?
I just want to be good all the time, just want to be really good all the time, be outside, do the best all the time, but that's not going to happen. You're going to have a bad day, bad year, good year, and you gotta keep working. You gotta keep working hard, keep positive, and keep growing up like I'm doing. Keep growing up, keep learning the game, and keep competing.
Ethan?
Thanks, Jason. Sandy, you talked about battling and, you go over 100 pitches for the second time this season. And before the season, we know your goal this year is to reach 200 innings. So do you just look at battling like that and to get through 7 innings as what you have to do to reach that goal?
It doesn't matter how many pitches you throw in the game. If you throw 6 innings, 7 innings, we are 100 pitches, 110 pitches, that's perfect for you, because you went deep in the game. That's what we're looking for. That's what I'm looking for. Go deep in the game, do my best, help the team and everything I can.
All right, let's one more in English from Jordan.
Yeah, Sandy, in the 4th inning, after you give up the home run, you have the 2 guys who get on the 2nd and 3rd with 1 out. Just what was your mentality at the end of that inning, and how good did it feel to only give up the 1 run in that inning?
When he hit the homer, I think he hit one of my best fastball tonight, inside, and he make a really good adjustment. After that, just keep my head on the game, keep positive, keep throwing the strike. And you guys see, I was attacking the hitter and I went out of the game.
Okay, let's switch over to Spanish. Daniel?
Thank you, Jason. Sandy, ¿cuál es el reto cuando te toca enfrentar casi que por segunda vez consecutiva al mismo equipo?
¿Sabes? Lo mismo, la mentalidad positiva, trabajarlo consistentemente, atacarlo y lo mejor profundo que tú puedas o ganar el juego, que eso es lo que yo siempre ando buscando, a pesar de que no hacen run support para mí, pero son cosas que pasan, ¿sabes? No le he hecho la culpa a mi equipo, porque estamos enfrentando bastante pitches buenos. Son cosas que pasan, nosotros estamos batallando, cada uno de los bateadores también están haciendo buen trabajo, se están enfocando, pero las cosas no están saliendo como las estamos buscando.
Gracias, Sandy.
Giordano?
Hablando del run support, Sandy, eres el 10º en Grandes Ligas lanzador que menos carreras recibe, tú sabes, de apoyo cuando está lanzando. ¿Eso te hace sentirte más presionado cuando estás en el montículo?
No, ¿sabes? Esto no es ninguna presión para mí, ¿sabes? Ya estoy acostumbrado a que pase siempre. No me siento incómodo por eso. Son cosas que van a pasar en los juegos. Tú no vas a tener ayuda de tu equipo. Otro día la vas a tener, ¿sabes? Pienso que todo el mundo hizo buen trabajo hoy. Todo el mundo hizo buen trabajo tratando de hacer buen contacto. A pesar de que ellos enfrentaron buenos pitches del equipo contrario. Y nada, nos manteníamos positivos, batallando y vamos a seguir positivos a ver lo que podemos hacer en la siguiente serie.
Muchas gracias.
Y Afre.
Thank you, Jason. Sandy, hoy que se celebra el Día de las Madres, ¿qué tan importante, cuál es cómo valoras tú la posición de una mamá en la vida de un pelotero de Grandes Ligas?
¿Sabes? La mamá para cada uno de nosotros y para mí, para cada uno de mis compañeros, las personas que están afuera del estadio, las personas que están en el mundo, para mí, nuestra madre de todo, ¿sabes? Porque ellas fueron las que nos trajeron a este mundo, por ella nosotros estamos aquí, todos los consejos que nos dieron, todo el apoyo que nos están dando desde casa. Yo principalmente me siento súper contento por mi madre, que Dios me la bendiga siempre, cada día, me le dé la salud, siempre a todas las madres de todos mis compañeros también igual. Y nada, y esperemos que ellas siempre sigan apoyándonos desde casa y que sigan disfrutando de nuestro juego.
Gracias Sandy, felicidades a tu mamá. Thank you, Jason.
Gracias.
Gracias, Sandy. Thank you, sir. It's here. Jordan, go right ahead.
Thanks, Jason. Hey, Lou, first off, can you walk us through the home run, the emotion of it, and just the fact that you guys were able to get the guys back into the game today?
All right. Yeah, it felt good. Had a good plan going into that at bat. Looking for something soft. I think I saw 2 fastballs today, so looking for something soft and looking for it to start where I wanted to start. And looking got some barrel on it, and had enough juice to get it out of there and tie the ball game. Wish we could have pulled that one out, but we battled all the way to the end, and they got the victory. But it definitely felt good, and obviously the emotion of it being Mother's Day and how much my mom means to me. Me having a day like that means it's very special for me, and home run was for her.
Christina?
Yeah, Lewis, two quick things for me. Is that who you pointed to after you crossed home plate?
Yeah, she was sitting up there. I know she was screaming. I couldn't hear her, but yeah, she was standing up. So yeah, that's who I was pointing to.
And just a follow-up, you mentioned only seeing like maybe two fastballs. What does it mean for you to be able to, get hits off the changeups and sliders from the opposing pitchers?
It just means I'm, playing the game. I'm making adjustments, which is good. It's a game of adjustments. Putting some good swings on fastballs. So, you go with other pitches and, you got to look for other pitches and be able to hit those too up here because guys can control that and, put it where they want and throw it in any count that they want. So you got to be able to adjust.
Let's go to Ethan.
Thanks, Jason. Yeah, Luke, can you expand a little more on what playing on Mother's Day means to you every year, and then to be able to come up with a big moment like that while you're playing really well right now, just on top of all the emotions you have with playing really well, doing that on Mother's Day, what does that mean?
Yeah, it's special, man. Every Mother's Day and every Father's Day is very special to me because of my mom. Obviously, I grew up, she was mother and father for me. So obviously, Mother's Day is very special and very near and dear to my heart. And I try to, obviously every day you want to play 100%, but I want to put on the show, especially on Mother's Day, if I'm in there. So thank God I was in there today and be able to, contribute the way I did.
Lewis?
Hey, Lewis, as somebody who's known you and known of you since your days back at Gomez Sports Academy when you were a young kid, even through high school, can you talk about your relationship with him? Maybe is he somebody that you still communicate with when you're going good, struggling in all facets of the game?
Yeah, man, he's not only somebody I call when I'm I want some hitting advice, but he's my mentor. He kind of stepped in as a father figure when my dad passed away. He was actually at the game last night for my birthday, and that meant a lot to me with his family. So yes, he's he's very, very special to me and somebody that I break down a brick wall for.
And then Jordan to wrap up.
Yeah, Lou, two quick ones. First off, the finger, how's that doing, and how much did it impact you having to stay out the last couple games?
It's good. It's good. Get the swelling out of there. As long as we can keep the swelling out of there, it should be good. But obviously, you guys saw today, it's fine. So I'm ready to go on this road trip and have a good road trip.
And then speaking of that, the last road trip you guys did was also 3 cities. You guys sort of fell flat a little bit toward the end. Just how much do you think having a 3-city long road trip like that last week is going to help you guys as you prepare for another long one coming up?
Right. I mean, ultimate goal is to win, right? So go on the road and playing good teams. All three cities playing great teams, and obviously we know we're just as good. So we're going to go in there and battle. Being on the road for a long time is tough, but you're in the big leagues, man. There's not a whole lot to complain about. So we're going to go on this road trip and try to win series. That's our goal. We're trying to win as many series as we can.
Okay. Thank you, Lewis.